Sorry, Mr. Voorhees, movie's over.
What up, party people? Bobo here with BrassReel Brothers. Thanks for clicking on this video for some more hot, fresh popcorn. Well, I hope you guys have been enjoying the videos this month for a BrassReel of the Week. Because I know I have. I've been having a blast reviewing all these videos and dissecting them. I've seen all these movies, but to get to go through them again and dissect them and meticulously look through them all and then review them for you guys, I've been having a great time doing that. Mega trip down memory lane. I wanted to do an intersection here for you guys and add to a new thing we've been doing called BrassReel Quickie. Andre did one recently with The Wolf of Snow Hollow. And basically it's just when something new comes out, we just want to give a quick synopsis, our quick thoughts on it, our first impressions, not an in-depth review or anything, just a real quick one. We're calling them BrassReel Quickies. So in this video, I'm going to do that for the new Friday the 13th fan film, Never Hike in the Snow. Alright, if you guys watch this channel, you probably know that I'm a Friday the 13th fanatic. I am obsessed with Jason. I love him, always have been since a kid. I've always loved all the killers, Freddy, Michael, Jason, Leatherface, Ghostface, Chucky. I could go on. But Jason is hands down my favorite. I think it's because I grew up in Louisiana going to summer camps and camping and stuff like that all the time, so it just is very relatable. I was always afraid of Jason because when I was a kid in the 80s, Jason was very hot and prevalent in the cinema. So if you guys haven't seen Never Hike Alone, the fan film by Vincent DeSante, I think it's pronounced Vincent DeSante. I've said Vincente DeSante in the past, but that was just me kind of trying to be funny. I hope I'm not insulting you, Vincent or Vincente, whatever it is. He's the writer and director of all this, and he stars as Jason in Never Hike Alone, the original one, and now this one, the sequel, Never Hike in the Snow. And I love it. I thought it was great. Now, you know, everybody you have to go in and understanding with a fan film, there are huge restrictions all over the place as far as what you can do. One, you don't have any money for the most part, and you're not gonna make any money. It's all done out of a labor of love. So to me, everything I'm seeing on the screen is that much more impressive. This is done by Womp Stomp Films, the same group that did Never Hike Alone. And honestly, from the get-go, it's extremely well done. It's twice as good looking as the first one. Like production values, everything, just the way the camera looks, all of it. You can tell that they're better at what they're doing. The camera movement is better, all the shot setups are better. Like right away, it started to feel like, hey man, this maybe could have been cinematically released, but there's no way it could have been because of the length of it. And honestly, I'm not trying to say anything bad about this, guys, because I loved this. I thought it was great. I thought it was an upgrade from the other one, except I just thought it was too short. I felt like just give me 10 or 15 more minutes and I would have loved it. Again, it's a fan film, so I'm not expecting a feature, but it was just like, just as I was getting the gears rolling in this movie, it's just like, that's it? And I kind of felt that way about Tom Matthews in it. He played Tommy Jarvis in part 6, Jason Lives, and he reprised that character without them saying his name in Never Hike Alone. And they do the same thing in this movie. He's in it, but they never say his name. But if you're a fan of the films, you know it's Tommy Jarvis. But as soon as I was getting into his character, it's over. And I do feel like that there's gonna be a third one. Like, I don't know, Never Hike in the Desert. Terrible joke. But I do feel like there's gonna be a third installment to this whole thing because it's way too much of a cliffhanger in this one. While the first one felt like a cliffhanger too because, you know, Jason's just going on doing his things, this one felt like a huge cliffhanger actually. Like, I felt like there was more coming. But the opening is really great. Like I said, high production values, and it's kind of the trailer you saw is what the opening is, but just extended, more stuff that you get to see, more shots included. And then it's an awesome kill scene. Very impressive, again, for guys with no budget. They made it good. There's lots of classic Jason behavior in this, and they get you in the world of Jason a little bit more in this, which I like, while not at all desecrating anything that's come before or anything that you love about the character. They're not changing anything, they're just kind of getting you in the, like, hey, what's it like to be in the room with Jason? I like that. And Tom Matthews is Tommy. He's doing the same thing that he was doing in part 6. There's some cliches even with the cop in this, even so much to where he says, ya bang. For real, he does it. So for any Jason lover, you're loving that part. And I'm not going to spoil anything about this movie, guys, because one, I want you to watch it. I want you to click on Womp Stomp's channel and watch it for sure. I'm not going to spoil it. And I'm not here to talk trash about this either, because it's awesome. Only complaint was to me is it was just too short. They do a fantastic job with Jason, and like I said, the kills are really good. Somebody gets killed in this movie in a way that Jason's never killed anybody before, which I loved. I've always wondered about that. Why hasn't he at least done it once? But yeah, I finally got to see it. DeSante did it in this one. It was great. And there's some cool homage to the first film with you getting to see like a sign in this cabin that one of the cops is investigating where it says never hike alone. It's like a warning sign for the guest, but it says never hike alone. The way they get the cabins set up, as far as you feeling like you're in this abandoned camp, all feels legit. It feels like Camp Crystal Lake. But like I said, I do love the way that this was filmed. I love Jason's behavior in it. The kills are cool. The feeling and the tone of the movie definitely feels like Friday the 13th, but almost has like its own feel. Like I was getting wrapped up into the way this movie was just making me feel, the blanket of feeling that it had to it. And to me, that's important in a movie. Like I could see this guy actually directing a full-length feature. Vincente DeSante is on his way for sure. This guy's definitely a huge talent as far as a filmmaker. I see him going places. And while the movie does take place in the snow, a lot of it takes place in the snow at night, so you're not seeing that white snow like you really wanted to see, but you do get to see a really good bit of it in the beginning, which is awesome. And it's a Friday the 13th film. It scratches that itch at Halloween time. You get to see Jason rule, and that's another thing I like in this movie. Jason is who you're rooting for sure. I mean, you're curious about what Tommy's doing, but you're rooting for Jason. As it should be. There's also another really cool thing they do with this sort of like camera shot thing of Jason, where like somebody's filming Jason through their camera and you get to see it through their lens. That was really awesome. Very cool and original. Hadn't seen that before. Like I said, one of the kills in here you hadn't seen before either. So all in all, I give this an A+. Totally check it out. Definitely recommend it. It'll scratch that itch. The only complaint I can really say about it is it just was too short for me. I wanted more. But if that's the only complaint as far as it was that good, I wanted more of it, then hey, it's a compliment. Great job, Womp Stomp. Y'all did a phenomenal job. Give me more. There you go for another edition of a BrassReel Quickie. Thanks for tuning in for this one. You can find BrassReel Brothers on Facebook. You can find Bobby Williams on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter, BrassReel Bobby at BrassReel. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button so you can help us get famous. And as always, if life gives you lemons, make some hot, fresh popcorn and check out this Jason art piece I did.